Scent of rain on pavement, the streetlights start to gleam. Another Friday night, living out the dream. Got the same old hoodie on, worn and full of holes. Lacing up my high tops, ready for our rolls. Meet you on the corner, where we always do. You're bouncing on your feet, I can feel the energy from you. We don't need to say a word, it's in the way we look. A chapter from our own unwritten book. One shared pair of headphones, blasting out our song. The beat that's been our anthem all year long. The world outside just fades to a muted hum. The two of us, we know our time has come. This is our pre-game ritual, a promise and a prayer. A silent conversation occurring in the air. The city holds its breath, the stadium lights ignite. It's more than just a game, it's our fire in the night. Yeah, fire in the night. Remember freshman year, all nerves and shaking hands. Didn't know the first thing about making any plans. You tripped over your own feet, I forgot the play. But we found our rhythm, and it's with us here today. This is our pre-game ritual, a promise and a prayer. A silent conversation occurring in the air. The city holds its breath, the stadium lights ignite. It's more than just a game, it's our fire in the night. Yeah, fire in the night. They see the sweat and hustle, they see the final score. They don't see the moments that came before. This quiet understanding, this unwavering trust. This ritual is everything, it was always us. One last fist bump, a steady knowing grin. Alright, let's do this, let the real game begin. The headphones come unplugged, the silence rushes in. Yeah, let the game begin. Sunrise paints the windows of the all-night coffee shop. Same $2 coffee never hits the spot. But it's not about the taste, it never really was. It's the hum of the old cooler, it's the familiar buzz. We sit on the same curb where the pavement's cracked and worn. Been meeting on this spot since the day that we were sworn to a team of misfits with nothing left to lose, just a pair of muddy cleats and dues we'd overpaid in dues. You trace the lines of a faded graffiti heart. We talk about the ending, we talk about the start. We don't talk about the pressure or the odds we're up against. It's a language built on silence, it just always made sense. They call it superstition, this pregame coffee run, but it's our 10 minutes apiece before the starting gun. A moment of forever in the chaos of the day. This is the only anchor that has ever shown the way. I see the nervous tremor in the way you hold your cup. I know you're thinking about the time we almost gave it up. I just knock my knee against yours, a simple steady beat, a reminder that a victory is more than just defeat. They call it superstition, this pregame coffee run, but it's our 10 minutes apiece before the starting gun. A moment of forever in the chaos of the day. This is the only anchor that has ever shown the way. One day we'll be older and this corner might be gone. The team will have new players, the game will carry on. But I hope we find a morning, wherever we might be, to share a cup of coffee just for you and me. You finish up your coffee and crush the paper cup. Ready is the only word I nod, and we stand up. The sun is fully risen now. Yeah, I'm ready. This car ride is the only church we care to be about. We know the route by memory, every pothole, every light. A pilgrimage we make together under a fading light. It's more than getting to the field, it's about the space between. The most united, wild and crazy team you've ever seen. The stadium's in view now, the playlist's at its end. The final song fades out, my brother, my friend. We kill the engine silence for a moment, it is deep. Then the doors all open, a promise we will keep. Keep it locker room, a quiet, steady drone. Each of us an island, together but alone. The air is thick with focus and the scent of coming rain. A ritual of purpose, washing off the pain. I start with the left side, you always start with the right. A silent superstition under pale fluorescent light. us all before the silence breaks. A single clap and then one more. We are ready.
You got that goofy look again. I know it's coming next. The lucky penny from your shoe, putting it to the test. You flip it in the air and say, call it heads or tails. The outcome doesn't matter. This ritual never fails. It started as a joke back in our rookie year. A way to cut the tension, a way to kill the fear. Now it's a full-blown process, a science and an art. A list of crazy habits that we know by heart. First you tap the poster of the champ above the door. Then I have to spin around exactly 3 times, maybe 4. It's nonsense, it's ridiculous, it makes no sense at all. But it's our brand of magic, waiting for the call. It's our lucky, stupid handshake with a dozen different parts. It's the secret little prayer we whisper from our hearts. It's the opposite of serious, it's a way to stay unbound. The most important ritual on this hallowed ground. Remember when you forgot to wear your mismatched socks? You made us drive back to your house, ignoring all the clocks. We almost missed the kickoff, the coach was turning red, but you swore it was the reason for the victory ahead. It's our lucky, stupid handshake with a dozen different parts. It's the secret little prayer we whisper from our hearts. It's the opposite of serious, it's a way to stay unbound. The most important ritual on this hallowed ground. Maybe there's no magic in the things we do. Maybe the only magic is that I'm doing them with
locker room is empty now, just us and the low hum of the generator somewhere. The moment has become soaked in silence, thick and deep. Promises we're bound to keep. We don't need the loud music, we don't need the hype. We've moved beyond that energy, a different archetype. We sit on the cold bench, staring at the floor. We've said everything we need to say, there isn't any more. I can hear you breathing, it's a steady, quiet sound. I match my own breath to it without looking round. Inhale the expectation, exhale all the doubt. This is what our friendship has always been about. A silent understanding, a pre-game telepathy. You know what I am thinking, and I know what you see. No need for words or battle cries, no need for any show. We're already connected, we're ready now to go. I can feel the nervous energy buzzing in your hands. You clench and then release them according to our plans. I do the same, a mirror image, calming down the fire, lifting our adrenaline, taking our minds higher. A silent understanding, a pre-game telepathy. You know what I am thinking, and I know what you see. No need for words or battle cries, no need for any show. We're already connected, we're ready now to go. The world is made of noise, of chaos and of strife. But in this quiet moment, we find the core of life. It's trust refined and burnished, it's a bond that will not break. For each other's honor, for each other's sake. You finally look up, and your eyes, they meet with mine. A single simple nod is the ultimate design. The signal, we are ready. The storm is coming fast. This quiet is the anchor built forever now to last. Come on out,
The kitchen table's crowded, paper plates abandoned low, with a pasta salad Sarah made, the only dish we know. How to make for big events, it's our traditional feast. It calms the greatest worries, it tames the inner beast.
tiny living room, sitting on the floor. The energy is buzzing, can't fit anyone else through the door. Someone puts the game on from that one championship year, a reminder of the glory, a way to conquer fear. And then you stand up, holding your glass bottle in the air. The room gets quiet suddenly, a silence that is rare. You're not a man of many words, we all know that is true. But the ones you choose to give us always see us through. And you make a toast to friendship, a toast to taking chances, a toast to all our failures and our last minute advances. You say, I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. And in that simple moment, we are more than just ourselves. We raise our bottles with you. Clinking is the sound of a promise being made here on this sacred ground. To leave it all out on the field, to fight with heart and soul, to make each other better, to make our unit whole. And you make a toast to friendship, a toast to taking chances, a toast to all our failures and our last minute advances. You say, I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. And in that simple moment, we are more than just ourselves. The food is getting cold now, the game is drawing near, but this moment is the fuel we need to make it through the year. It's not about the strategy, the X's and the O's. It's about the family that this little kitchen holds. To us you say, and take a drink, your voice is thick and low. To us we all reply, and now it's time to go. The feast is done, the plates are cleared. Promise is what we hold. The scent of grass is sharper tonight. The stadium lights seem painfully bright. I'm moving in slow motion, trying to delay the final curtain call, the end of the last play. We do the same old warm-up, the stretches that we know, but every simple movement is a part of the last show. I watch you lace your boots up, a thing I've seen you do 1,000 times before, but tonight it feels brand new. And I'm trying to memorize the way you laugh right now, the lines around your eyes, the sweat upon your brow. We're heading different places when the season's done and gone. This is our last time standing here together at the dawn of a future that's divided, a path that splits in two. This is our last pregame, our final sacred rite. I'm soaking in the details under the fading light. This handshake feels like history. This moment is a ghost of all the times we stood right here. This is the one that means the most. We don't talk about tomorrow, we don't mention the goodbye. We stick to the tradition with the truth in both our eyes. The comfortable old silence is heavier today, with all the things we want to, but we don't know how to say. This is our last pregame, our final sacred rite. I'm soaking in the details under the fading light. This handshake feels like history. This moment is a ghost of all the times we stood right here. This is the one that means the most. Win or lose, it doesn't matter, not really, not tonight. What matters is this ritual beneath the stadium light. What matters is we're here right now, one last time as a pair, with a bond that we will carry into the thin air. One final fist bump ready. Yeah, the word is hard to speak. Let's go make a memory we'll be proud to keep. One last time, just one last time.
It starts low, a quiet hum, the first track on the list. A song we used to hate, but somehow now have missed. The unofficial anthem of our awkward first attempt, when we were full of promise, from all skill exempt. You hit play in the locker room, it's the only sound we hear. The first beat drops and suddenly the memories are clear. Track 2 is for the first big win, the one that changed it all. We sing the chorus out of tune, standing standing 10 feet tall. Every song's a chapter, a story to be told, of victories and failures, of braving of the bold. The volume knob goes clockwise, a little more each time, a carefully constructed ceremonial climb. This is the pre-game playlist, the soundtrack to our lives, the rhythm of our friendship, the reason we survive. The bass drum is our heartbeat, the melody's our soul. Every single note is what is making us feel whole. Track 5, the slow one, for the loss that cut so deep. A promise that we made that day, a promise we would keep. To never feel that emptiness, that silence on the ride. To always have each other's back, to stand up side by side. This is the pre-game playlist, the soundtrack to our lives, the rhythm of our friendship, the reason we survive. The bass drum is our heartbeat, the melody's our soul. Every single note is what is making us feel whole. And when the final track comes on, the one that's just pure sound, no lyrics, just a building beat that shakes the very ground. We all get to our feet, the energy's in sync. We're on the edge of glory, we're standing on the brink. The song fades out, the silence hits. The only thing you hear is the click of the lock as the coach walks in. The playlist did its job, let's begin.
In my locker there's a photo, faded, creased and old. A team of boys in black and white, story to be told. My father's in the front row, looking just like me. His eyes have the same fire that I hope the people see. He taught me the tradition, the way his father taught him to. The way you hold your breath before you see the battle through. The way you chalk your hands and stare at one fixed point ahead. Remembering the legend, living what they said. It's a ritual of echoes, a multi-generational game. The faces always change, but the heart remains the same. The same specific handshake, the same low, hopeful prayer. A legacy of friendship hanging in the air. We are doing what our fathers did on this very field. A pregame bond of history, our most effective shield. The ghosts of all the games before are standing with us I look at the old photo, then I look at you, my friend. A story that's still being written, a line that will not end. The echo of the past is the thunder in our feet. Let's make a little history the future can repeat.
Yo, the rumble of the subway is the first beat of the song. The screech of steel on steel is where we all belong. No quiet locker rooms for us, no grassy fields so green. Our pregame is the city, a chaotic, vibrant scene. We meet up at the turnstile, a silent knowing crew. Reflected in the grimy glass, our purpose shining through. We move as one, a single force, through crowds that push and shove. Fueled by something stronger, powered by a love for the concrete and the chaos, the struggle and the fight. Born from the city's energy, its darkness and its light. The flickering fluorescent lights are spotlights for the show. The distant muffled stadium roar, see that starts to grow. We don't need a pep talk, the city is our coach. Its heartbeat is our rhythm as we make our final approach. Our ritual is the concrete, our church is this train car. The graffiti on the walls tells us who we are. We're a product of the pavement, of the hustle and the sound. This city is our stadium, this is our holy ground. Stadium rise up, a promise in the sky. Cuts the clouds, it scrapes the blue, it catches every eye. We share a look, no words required. We made this trip before. From the underground, we're rising up, we're coming back for more. Our ritual is the concrete, our church is this train car. The graffiti on the walls tells us who we are. We're a product of the pavement, of the hustle and the sound. This city is our stadium, this is our holy ground. They were raised on fields of green, we were raised on city blocks. They learned the game from playbooks, we learned
noises all around us, the shouts, the slamming doors, the nervous energy that seeps up through the floors. But we have a different method, a different kind of prep. We find a quiet corner and we take a single step away from all the chaos. We stand shoulder to shoulder, but we don't say a thing. We close our eyes and listen to the song our heartbeats sing. It's a frantic, messy rhythm, a drumbeat full of dread. We focus on the feeling, get out of our own head. Just breathe in for a 4 count, hold it at the top. Let the tension gather there before you let it drop. Breathe out for a 6 count, feel it leave your soul. This is our secret weapon, this is how we take control. Just breathe. The world can wait outside. Just breathe. There's nothing left to hide. In this moment, we are grounded. In this moment, we are one. Our pre-game ritual has begun. Just breathe. I feel your presence next to me, a steady, solid wall. A silent source of strength in case I stumble, in case I fall. You don't have to say a word, I know you're doing it too. You're finding your own center, I'm finding mine with you. Just breathe. Just breathe. There's nothing left to hide. In this moment, we are grounded. In this moment, we are one. Our pre-game ritual has begun. Just breathe. The shouting starts to muffle, the chaos starts to fade. It's like the world is muted, a choice that we have made. To find the quiet center, the stillness in the storm, the place where our true power is waiting to be born. My heartbeat starts to slow now, a steady rhythmic beat. The fear has been replaced by a calm and focused heat. I open up my eyes and you are already looking back. A quiet smile, we're on the right track. Just breathe.
We always leave the locker room 5 minutes before the rest, to walk the empty hallway and put our nerves to the test. The concrete walls are cold and bare, our footsteps make the only sound. This is where the real game's played, on this forgotten ground. We lean against the wall, and you always start the game. What if I'm not fast enough, you ask, your voice a quiet flame? What if I forget the play? What if I let you down? The questions hang between us in this quiet part of town. This is our confession, our ritual of doubt, the only place we let the deepest, darkest worries out. Because we know the other one will always have the cure, a quiet word of confidence, simple, strong, and pure. This is our what if conversation, a pre-game therapy. You share your fears with me, and I share mine with thee. And in the sharing they get smaller, they shrink and fade away, and we build each other up again to get ready for the play. I look you in the eye and say, what if you're the one who makes the winning move when all is said and done? What if your speed is all we need? What if you hold the key? I see the flicker of a hope, a possibility. This is our what if conversation, a pre-game therapy. You share your fears with me, and I share mine with thee. And in the sharing they get smaller, they shrink and fade away, and we build each other up again to get ready for the play. It's not about pretending that the fear is never there. It's about admitting it and showing that we care enough to listen and enough to build a bridge of trust. This quiet conversation is what defines the two of us. What if we win it all, you say, a whisper in the hall. I smile and say I'm ready if you are, to give our all. The doubts are gone, the hope is bright. We turn and walk toward the light.
The air is thick with questions, the silence is a weight, the final moment's ticking down, sealing up our fate. The coach has said his piece, but the words did not connect. We need a different language, a language of respect. about the journey, the sweat, the blood, the tears. You talk about the brotherhood we've built over the years. You remind us of the reason we started this at all, to stand together side by side and never let one fall. And that's the pregame pep talk, the one that we all need. You're planting a conviction, a small but powerful seed that grows into a forest in the space of a few lines. You're the architect of confidence, reading all the signs. You point to every person and you mention them by name. You talk about their strength, you ignite their inner flame. You're not just giving orders, you're giving us a cause. You're rewriting the story, ignoring all the flaws. And that's the pregame pep talk, the one that we all need. You're planting a conviction, a small but powerful seed that grows into a forest in the space of a few lines. You're the architect of confidence, reading all the signs. When you are done, the silence is a different kind of deep. It's full of promises that every single one will keep. It's full of fire, full of hope, it's full of raw belief. You've given us the greatest and the purest sweet relief. You just stay for each other, and we all roll back the line. For each other, now we're ready. Now it's time. The doubt is gone, the fire's lit. For each other, this is it. You're ready now.
The vinyl on the booth is cracked, the table is uneven. But this old school corner diner is our little slice of heaven. We slide into our usual spot, the one that's by the back. The waitress doesn't ask us, she knows the perfect track. 2 burgers with extra pickles, a giant plate of fries, a chocolate shake to share between us, it's never a surprise. This is our pre-game tradition, our sacred greasy meal, a way to make the pressure feel a little less than real. We don't talk about the other team, we don't talk about the score. We talk about that stupid movie we both saw the night before. We argue over who gets the last most perfect Christmas frustration, and it's seen our silent tears. The check comes to the table, we always split it down the line. You leave a bigger tip than usual, your lucky, hopeful sign. We slide out of the booth and head out to the car, full of fries and friendship, ready for the
We're on our side of the 50-yard line, going through the motions. A scattered group of individuals with our own private notions of how to get prepared. A chaotic, nervous sound. But then I look across the field at the other patch of ground, and I see you, the whole team, moving like a tide. You get in a tight circle with nowhere left to hide. There's no shouting, there's no music, just a quiet focus hum, and every single one of us can feel the battle drum. You have this ritual, it's poetry in motion, a silent shared religion, a deep and fierce devotion. And we just stop our warm-ups, we can't look away from the power you are building at the closing of the day. We're watching from the other side of pre-game mystery. Your unity's a weapon for all the world to see. You're more than just a team, you're a force you can't define. And I feel a mix of envy and respect, watching from my side of the line. Our coach is yelling at us to focus on our game, to not be intimidated, to not forget our name. But it's hard to ignore the power in the way you stand as one, a silent, perfect promise of the damage to be done. We're watching from the other side of pre-game mystery. Your unity's a weapon for all the world to see. You're more than just a team, you're a force you can't define. And I feel a mix of envy and respect, watching from my side of the line. Wonder what it's like to have a bond that deep and strong, to know that you are right where you belong, to have a ritual that's sacred that unites you to the core. We have nothing like it, we're a dozen different wars. The circle breaks, you turn away, your eyes are cold as stone. And in that moment I have never felt so utterly alone. The game hasn't started, but I feel like we're already down, watching the ritual of the best team in this town. In this
It starts with a sound, a quiet rhythmic sip, the opening of a gear bag, a silent trembling lip, the first piece of the uniform laid out upon the bench, a promise to be stronger, to fight inside the trench. process, giving our power shape. The first sound is the lacing, 100 tiny pulls, the tightening of armor against the coming lulls and the coming tidal waves of the game we have to play. A symphony of readiness, a beat that we all know, the snap of elastic, a seed we're gonna sow, the rustle of the fabric, the clicking of the cleats, a language without words that our collective heart repeats. This is the sound of gearing up, the rhythm of the fight, transforming in the shadows to walk into the light. We're building up an engine from 100 different parts. The sound of our intention, the beating of our hearts. I hear you next to me, your rhythm is in time with the one that's right beside you, a sacred steady climb. We're becoming something other, we're becoming something more than the people who walked in through that locker room door. This is the sound of gearing up, the rhythm of the fight, transforming in the shadows to walk into the light. We're building up an engine from 100 different parts. The sound of our intention, the beating of our And when the final piece is on, the jersey with our name, a sudden perfect silence overtakes the pregame fame. We've become the unit, we've become the team, living out the substance of a collective dream. The only sound is breathing now, a quiet steady tide, with all our fears and all our hopes locked safely deep inside. The gearing up is over, the machine is built and oiled, ready for the battle for which we've always
locker room is buzzing, a chaotic, frantic scene, but we exist inside a bubble, peaceful and serene. We don't need to join the shouting, we don't need to make a sound. Our ritual is quieter, on more sacred ground. Starts with just a look across the crowded space. I see the question in your
see the calm in my face. You're worried about the weather, the wind is picking up. I give a single subtle nod, and that is quite enough to say we've played in worse than this, we'll be alright. It's a conversation without a single word, the loudest, clearest message that you have ever heard. A language that we built ourselves from years of trust and trial. It's all there in a gesture, it's all there in a smile. No words are necessary for our pre-game design. It's all just in a look, a signal and a sign. We have a secret language that only we can speak. It gives us all the power and the confidence we seek. You start to stretch your left leg, and I start on my right. A mirror image of each other under fluorescent light. You tap your shoe, and that's the sign it's time to get the gear. A silent shared agreement that the moment's drawing near. No words are necessary for our pre-game design. It's all just in a look, a signal and a sign. We have a secret language that only we can speak. It gives us all the power and the confidence we seek. People think we're distant, that we're in our own strange world. They see two silent figures as the chaos is unfurled. They don't see the volumes that are spoken in a glance. They don't see the partnership, the perfectly timed dance. The final look you give me is steady, strong and deep. It holds 1,000 promises that we are bound to keep. No words are necessary, we're ready for the test. Our silence is our strength, we're better than the rest. We're better than
The tension in the room is something you could cut with a knife, a sword, or razor. A feeling in your gut. Everyone is silent, staring at the floor. And then I see you creeping towards the locker room door. You've got that little smirk you get, the one that I know well. You're about to start a fire, and I'm under your spell. You grab the coach's whistle and hide it in a shoe. A small act of rebellion for the benefit of the crew. Because we need this. Our secret stupid ritual before the comes in and looks for his whistle, shouting, "Alright, who?" He'll never know our secret, that our victory starts with you and your stupid perfect break. We're ready now, for sure.
Walk back through our old school for the first time in 10 years. The pain is new, the locker's changed, but I can feel the fears and the hopes we used to carry, walking down this very hall. My hand just finds the spot where we used to lean against the wall. This is where we'd have our talk before each and every game. I can almost see you standing there, I can almost hear my name. The way that you would say it, a question and a plea. You think we're gonna make it, and I'd say you and me, we always do. And the memory is so vivid, it's a ghost I can't embrace, a phantom of a friendship that time cannot erase. The air is thick with echoes of the things we used to do, our sacred pre-game ritual that always saw us through. These are the echoes in the hallway, a story in the dust, a perfect, precious memory of camaraderie and trust. I'm older now, and you are gone. We live a world apart, but our pre-game ritual is forever in my heart. I can hear the squeak of sneakers, I can smell the coming rain, I can feel the nervous energy, a sweet and pleasant pain of being young and hopeful, with everything to prove, and a friend who understood your every single move. These are the echoes in the hallway, a story in the dust, a perfect, precious memory of camaraderie and trust. I'm older now, and you are gone. We live a world apart, but our pre-game ritual is forever in my heart. I wonder if you think about this hallway now and then. I wonder if you'd give it all to be right here again, for just one pre-game moment, to feel that hope ignite, leaning on this wall again before we sought the light. I pull my hand back from the wall and turn to walk away, but the echo of your laughter is gonna make me stay just a little longer in hear the echo of our laughter. It's with me here.